Hi Colt, it's Shyla Colt back with another edition. Today's theme is going to be value and worth. It's really funny how sometimes things all come together. I'm doing a unboxing for my Loved and Blessed box. You guys know I love it. And I open it up and the theme is value and worth. And then it also came in line with some of the questions you guys have been asking me online and emailing me about. So I'm just sort of going to roll it all into one. So we'll start with this. Value. Don't let anyone make you feel as if you don't matter. Never change who you are to fit in. We all have moments or seasons in life when we feel undervalued or taken for granted. But the truth is, no matter your age or life experiences, you are valued and worthy to be treated that way. How many of us out there can completely relate to this? Especially those busy people on the go and moms. Sometimes I think we lose our own value when we're trying to do everything for everyone else and we don't take the time. And I say that not in a self-esteem sense, but even that we're not addressing our self-worth, that we deserve some time to ourselves, that we deserve to treat ourselves, and how very, very, very important it is. I know this is something I struggle with because I'm a full-time writer and I work from home. I'm also a stay-at-home mom, and then my oldest just started kindergarten. So you can imagine that that's a pretty hectic schedule. And I found that I really had to schedule myself in the month. I'm going to do this on this date. This is my day off. This is my coffee with my best friend. And it's so very important, especially for people who, like me, work from home or have a very singletary job. You're always by yourself. And I think sort of at the end of the day when you're done working, it really hits you like, I haven't really seen the light of day very much recently. So I do want to encourage you to make sure that you are doing those things that make you feel special and are valuing your own self-worth within that. Now, I'm going to continue with this book. I think this is the cutest thing. We always get with these just sort of like a little reminder cards to sort of help you reflect on what's going on that month for the theme. This one, are you not 5 sparrows sold for 2 pennies, yet not one of them is forgotten by God? Indeed, the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Don't be afraid. You are worth more than many sparrows. This is something you could carry around in your purse and reflect on. And then we always have our reusable stickers, which I love. And then you have your little poster again. We're sort of creatures of habit. We have to see something 2 or 3 times to really look at it and really for it to sink in, because I think we're all so busy. And then what we get is this really, really, really adorable little bird house. Now, this would just hang on your wall. It's got double-sided tape, or it comes with screws. You can screw it in. You put your keys on it, and when you're home, they're in their house. It's adorable, but also it's sort of a safety precaution because it is also a whistle. So if you have this on your key, you can use it for whatever you need. The moms are probably cringing, thinking, no, what it's going to become is something I get tired of hearing. So, the worth and the value sort of rolled into what you guys have been asking me. A lot of you have noticed a change in my writing, and you're asking me about it. You're saying why, what's going on. I really wanted to write longer books so I could go into more detail. I wanted to be able to express more about my characters because I know so much more about them than I am able to share with the shorter stories. I usually have like notebooks for them, and I know all these extra facts that you'll probably never know, but I do because it helps me. I'm a character writer, so I develop them first, or they come to me first, and usually their story comes from their own personal conflicts and the demons that they have to face. Recently, I've sort of braved up, I guess, put my big girl pants on, and I've been really approaching some tougher issues that maybe have been a theme in my life, or something I've seen happen and really affects people. My release next month for The Love of Dixie is going to be a really hard-hitting book. I'm actually having a longer time writing it because I've had scenes where I just have to walk away from the computer and come back, because it does deal with racism. It deals with self-worth. It deals with the pressures of society and how it feels to be ostracized. All my women are strong, but I hope that you see their flaws. They're all flawed. They all have to fight their own demon. They have to find their own place. They have to make peace with themselves and accept themselves. So while they're strong, I feel that they're realistic because no one is infallible, of course, and we all have our ups and downs, and we all have our issues we struggle with, and that's very prevalent in this next book. I'm really hoping that you guys will enjoy it. I really hope that you believe that I respect the things that I will be talking about. Again, it's even hard trying to articulate it because that really comes from a personal place. I also do talk about self-harm, the effects of what things like bullying have on a person, of ostracizing someone, the ways that they try to relieve it, or they try to ask for help or deal with it on their own. These are all things that we'll be seeing in the next book. So I do want to sort of give everyone a heads up about that, and again, answer your questions as to what is happening. I think it's a natural progression. The more you write, the more personal you become with your writing. Also, the bigger risks you take. And I also think that this is a very special series. Kings of Chaos has been a very special series. The characters have been phenomenal, and the things that they have presented me with have given me a lot to work with as far as writing. One of you did ask me what I think about fan fiction. Do I write it? Absolutely. I really love to write one-shots because I don't always have time to write another story in addition with the ones that I'm writing for you guys. How would I feel about someone writing fan fiction for me? I don't even know how to answer that. Flattered, shocked that anybody would be so invested in my worlds that they would want to take them further. I would be really honored. I really started writing fan fiction. I mean, back before it was organized and people knew what it was. I mean, I was writing it. I think maybe my earliest writings might have been like The Outsiders. That book really sparked with me when I first read it, and I definitely spent years writing fan fiction for that. I do write for Vampire Diaries. There were just a lot of things I wanted to do differently in that show, so fan fiction was a way for me to do that. And Supernatural is the same way. I'm a big Supernatural fan, but there are things that I would have done differently. That's probably my most invested fan fiction. I have an ongoing one that has been going on for like 2 years now that I write, and I really enjoy that. It's sort of a break for me, a way to do something different and fun and less pressure, and I know these characters so well. I think it's some ways easier to write fan fiction because they're already established, and harder because they're already established. So you have to respect the canon and what's going on to, I think, write it successfully. So there are your answered questions for this week. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you're going to think about what I said about taking that time out and to sort of honor your self-worth and to make sure that you're scheduling time for yourself and how very important it is. I also hope that you are finding things that you can relate to in my stories, and I hope it's helping you in some way or making you think in some way. That's really what I want to do. I really want you to feel something when you are writing my books, and I always aspire to make the next book better than the last. With that being said, I will also make another announcement that For the Love of Dixie is going to be 70,000 words. So that's going to be even longer than A Lighter Shade of Blue, and I really want to thank you all for being so encouraging to me, asking me constantly for longer books, definitely being in my corner for writing a longer book. It's definitely a different process when you move from writing shorter stories to longer. I'm really enjoying it, and I really want to thank you for giving me the freedom to explore all these different genres and these different links. You guys have really stuck with me, and I want to tell you I really appreciate it, because without my cults, I mean, I'm nothing. I'm talking to the walls and annoying my husband, who has to hear about all these scenarios and gets asked all these questions. I really appreciate you. So I'm going to sign off here, and I will definitely see you next week. Remember, send those questions in to me. I will answer them. Thanks again for joining me, and I'll see you later.